Shri Chaitanya Manobisham Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dati Savadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Tapadakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsa Shri Rupam Sagratam Sahagana Yaganatam Tam Sajivam Savedam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Sara Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshaya Bhutale Shri Mate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namani Namaste Saraswati Deve Paramani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschaleshapayane Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namani Gauravache Namah He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurandi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishnu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhuveyascha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaurapasamita Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So Srila Prabhupada says in one shloka in the 9th canto, in which Lord Ram's pastimes come, if somebody hears Lord Ram's pastimes, the envy will go away from his heart. There will be no envy left in the heart of a person who hears Lord Ram's pastimes there. And one can have good relationship with everybody. Then envy is gone. And Ramayana has 6 Kanda. Balakanda, Ayodhya Kanda, Aranya Kanda, Kishkinda Kanda, Sundar Kanda, and Yuddha Kanda. And 7th is a supplementary, which is Uttar Kanda, Uttar Khanda. So in the 6 Khandas, Bal Khanda is the birth of Lord Ram, and Lord Ram marrying Mother Sita. That is the Bal Kanda. Then the Ayodhya Kanda is the most reversal of events. So today's topic is Ayodhya Kanda. So I'm trying to cover Ayodhya Kanda till the time I could speak. Anyway, today Prasadam is there for devotees who are not fasting. Ekadashi Prasadam is there. But since it's a fasting day, we can take a deliberate to not stick on the time. So please forget the time backlash, and we will try to complete the full Ayodhya Kanda. So I brought the book, and my target is to complete this one full Kanda. farming. Because the purpose of such days, we should get absorbed in hearing the narration of Lord so much that we forget the world. And when you forget the world, that time you forget the problems in the world. And then only we can enter a spiritual life. And then further comes Aranya Kand, because Ayodhya Kand gives so much of reversals. The Lord Ram, who is going to become a king, goes to the forest. So Aranya Kand is about dwelling in the forest. And during the Aranya Kand, Mother Sita got kidnapped. And to find Mother Sita, they went to Kishkinda, which became Kishkinda Kand. And then Hanumanji goes to find Mother Sita in Lanka and then becomes Sundarkand. And Hanumanji finds out the address of Mother Sita and they plan to fight and that becomes Yuddhakand. So that's how the whole 6 Kand of Ramayana are made. And especially the Shukla Das Prabhu's Ramayana is very amazing. It's very intoxicating. Once you read it, you don't stop like reading. It's like that. There's so much of values, humor, everything. And Uttarakhand are the pastimes, the corollary pastimes. What happened after Lord Ram went to Ayodhya? Raja Ram was ruling Ayodhya. So what prominent events took place is the Uttarakhand. And it's the most debatable Uttarakhand. Whatever controversies in Ramayana are from the Uttarakhand. Yeah. So, and this is, especially the Ayodhya Kanda, is very good even to awaken the thought of the family values people live for. What are the real values that people live for? And it's very, very heart-touching, very emotional, this whole Kanda, because it's full of sacrifices. So, I don't know if I speak in English or Hindi, but I'll speak only one language while speaking Katha. I can't speak 2 languages. By speaking plastic, I can speak 2 languages you think. But while speaking Katha, I can speak only 1 language. Either Hindi or English. So how many people speak in English? Okay, so many devotees don't understand. Hindi नहीं आता ना आपको अच्छे से थोड़ा करके. But माता जी के लिए कोई ट्रांसलेट करना चाहिए. तो मुझे माता जी को देख के याद आया कि हिंदी में बोलना चाहिए. कोई भक्त माता जी के लिए ट्रांसलेट करना चाहेंगे पूरा लेक्चर? हिंदी में कोई भक्त या कोई माता जी ट्रांसलेट मनु प्रभु करेंगे. वो तो पीछे बैठना पड़ेगा. माता जी पीछे चाहिए, आपको पूरा लेक्चर ट्रांसलेट हिंदी में मिलेगा. और भी किसी को हिंदी में ट्रांसलेशन चाहिए तो प्रभु जी करेंगे और मैं पूरा फिर इंग्लिश में ही उसको बोलूँगा. और अभी भूल जाइए कि आप बैंगलोर में हैं. ऐसा समझ लिए कि हम अयोध्या में पहुंच गए हैं. और आज की अयोध्या नहीं, करोड़ों साल पुरानी अयोध्या. करोड़ों साल पुरानी. It has been few crore years that this pastime took place. That way, Mahabharata happened just 5,000 years before. But this pastime happened some few crore years back. So let's go. And what is the... So, I'll give a brief storyline what has happened in the Balakanda. Then we'll come to Ayodhya Kanda. So there happened. So the Ramayana is written by Valmiki. Even before the pastimes of Ramayana happened, Valmiki wrote it because he tirta hai. Because when Krishna narrating those pastimes which were happening, and Valmiki had written before those pastimes there. And Narad Muni and Valmiki had asked Narad Muni to write the Ramayana. See, there are many versions of Ramayana. The most authentic version of Ramayana is Valmiki Ramayana. There. It is written by sage Valmiki himself, and there only Sita had gone. So he was the pastime, the Uttarakhanda happened in the Valmiki's ashram. Okay. So Valmiki wrote it, and then it starts with the birth of Lord Ram. So the first verse it starts with Valmiki Ramayana. The second verse, the Narad Muni comes to the ashram of Valmiki, and Valmiki asks, Valmiki asks a beautiful shloka. And what is the shloka? Ko na asmin Janu Asmin. So basically, we ask, who is in this world? Mobile charging हो रहा है क्या? Mobile हटा दो. Mobile interferes with this, and keep the sound system there. Then it will work better. Venkatesh, sound system को उठा रख दीजिए. Charging हो रहा है, charging हो रहा है. And sometimes due to charging also it gives trouble. So the Balakanda, it begins, Valmiki asking, who is in a person in this world who is Gurvan, who is Veervan, who is Dharmagya, who is Kritagya. Okay. So to find all these qualities in one person is very, very difficult. If somebody, if is Vinam, he will not be very brave. He is brave also and humble also. And same might know of the Dharma also. And grateful also. And like that 24 qualities he mentioned. Valmiki asked this question. And Narmani said all this quality found in one person, that is Lord Ram. And that's how the whole Ramayana starts to express these qualities of Lord Ram. And then the birth of Lord Ram is being done. And very amazing story comes of Lord Ram's birth. So, this Rishi Shringa. You will have heard about Rishi Shringa. There's a very amazing story of Rishi Shringa. There was a sage named Vibhandak. And this sage Vibhandak was doing a lot of tapasya. So Brahmaji sent a Apsara to bhang his tapasya. So Apsara came to bhang the tapasya of Vibhandak. And Vibhandak released his potency. And Apsara, rather than putting the potency in him, he will give that potency to a deer. And his son was born to a deer. And that son had some horns also, of deer or body of a human being, and became Rishi Shringa. So Vibhandak thought, okay, मेरे तो तपस्या भंग हो गई, पर मेरे बेटे को मैं किसी स्त्री के पास नहीं आने दूंगा पूरे जीवन पर. So everybody was very fearful to approach there. And Vibhandak from childhood, he never ate cooked food, and neither he saw any Mataji from childhood itself. But what happened? The Dashrath Maharaj had a daughter named Shanta, which he gave as an adoption to Rompal Maharaj there. The Rompal Maharaj kingdom, there was a drought for many, many years. So Rompal Maharaj had told that the Brahmanas told, if Vibhandak comes, if Rishi Shringa comes in your kingdom, because he is such a pure sage, then automatically rains will come. Because Indra was little fearful of Rishi Shringa's austerities also. So only way, if it comes to the kingdom of Rompal Maharaj, then Indra's work is done and he will put her here. So then they made a whole strategy how to get Vibhandak, how to get Rishi Shringa. So when Vibhandak was out, so they made a group of Apsaras and they made a boat, and this Apsara does them as Rishi Kumaras. And they will go and meet Rishi Shringa. And see, Rishi Shringa thought they were really Muni Kumaras, but they were special Muni Kumaras. And they will talk very sweetly. Say, how much so sweet speaking Rishi Kumars are there, so soft looking Rishi Kumars are there, and he started getting attracted to those Rishi Kumaras who were actually Apsaras. And they will feed him sweets. And his father told him, don't go there. But his mind has got attracted. So slowly they made a boat, and one day brought Rishi Shringa from the forest to the kingdom of Prabhupada Maharaj, and immediately rain start happening there. But Prabhupada Maharaj got very fearful. If Vibhanda came, then what will happen? He will curse the whole kingdom to ash. So he married his daughter. Now till now Rishi Shanka had developed a desire to get married by this time. So he married his daughter Shanta to Rishi Shanka, very nice to care. So when Vibhanda came, he was very, very angry. But then on the way, he pacified him with a lot of gifts and things. And when Vibhanda saw that his daughter is very nicely, his son is happy in family life, then Vibhanda's anger got calmed down, and Rishi Shanka was happily living with Shanta. And this Rishi Shanka did a yajna for Dashrath, for the Putra Kamishti yajna, from which Lord Ram, a charu came, which Dashrath gave to his 3 twins, Kaushalya, Sumitra, and Kaikeyi. And because Sumitra he gave, so half potency gave it to Kaushalya, from Ram was born. Then remaining half portion gave it to the 1/4 gave it to Sumitra. Then 1/4 of it gave it to again Kaikeyi, and again what was 1/4 remaining? No, uska half remaining he gave it to Sumitra, and this is Sumitra got 2 sons. There. So and that's how this 4 Rajkumars were born. And thus Vishwamitra Muni had come to take the 4 Ram and Lakshman with him to the forest. And then the Sita Vivah happened. Lord Ram broke the Dhanush, and the Sita Vivah happened. And all the 4 Kumaras got married. And even Parshuram also could not stand before Lord Rama. There. And then Lord Ram and all they happily came to Ayodhya. And that time, Bharat and Shatrughan got a message from their maternal grandfather Rashtrapati that tum log aa jao, I want to receive. And they went to there for 12 years now. Now 12 years happily passed in Ayodhya. And Bharat and Shatrughan are in their Naniyal for the last 12 years. Because it was very far off places. And there are no flights. So once you go for years together for relatives' home. You don't travel so much again. And then Bharat, Dashrath was thinking one day, and Lord Ram had all good qualities. He had charmed the heart of all the citizens in Ayodhya. There. He was the most knowledgeable and learned the Vedas, very charitable. He knew how to deal with people. He knew how to avoid justice. He knew what to do. So everybody was in love with Lord Ram. And Dashrath thought one day, I'm getting old. Already has ruled for 10,000 years. In Kali Yuga, the age is 100 years. In Dwapar Yuga, age is 1,000 years. In Treta, it is 10,000 years. Satya Yuga, 1 lakh years. So if today somebody rules for 100 years, they say, no, chalo abhi chalo bahut ho gaya. So that was 10,000 years in Treta Yuga. The Treta Yuga, Dashrath has already ruled for 10,000 years. He said, I'm getting old now. So let me I want to see Ram as a kingly agent. And he called all his ministers. In that he did not call Janak and Ashwapati. So इनको अच्छी न्यूज़ देंगे, उनको पूछने की जरूरत नहीं है. So he called all the ministers, all the kings, and all the people under him should we make Ram the king. And everybody so happily, yes, we were waiting for it. And Dashrath ko kya lagha, I did rule nicely, they are so eager for Ram to Then finally it is decided, tomorrow there will be coronation of Lord Ram. Now everything is going very happily in Ayodhya. Right? That Lord Ram is going to get coronated, and everything is very, very happy in Ayodhya. But what happens? What happens? There comes the mantra. Every mantra comes to Kaikeyi. Oh Kaikeyi, तुझे पता है? राम कल राजा बनने वाले. Kaikeyi बोली बहुत अच्छी न्यूज़ है. उसने अपना हाथ निकाल के दे दिया तो मंत्रा को. मंत्रा बोली ओ Kaikeyi दुर्बुद्धि पागल हो गई है. तू खुश हो रही है राम राजा बन रहा, तू खुश हो रही है यहाँ बैठ के. Saying like this, mantra started to head out Kaikeyi. What are you saying? Kaikeyi, what are you saying? Ram is like my son. Ram loves me so much. Mantra said, Arey Durbuddhi, you don't understand. If Ram becomes the king, Kaushalya becomes Rajmata, and you become a Dasi. Now Kaikeyi antenna changed. Till now, Kaikeyi loved Ram like his son Bharat. or more than his son Bharat. But when he heard that Kaushalya will become Rajamata, I will become Dasi. That Kaikeyi will not tolerate. Second reason told, if Ram becomes a king, then Ram's sons will become king. If Bharat will become a Das of Ram, Bharat's son will become Das of Ram, or your lineage will be Das of Ram always. And third thing he told, your father is not attacked. Janak Maharaj and your father are enemies, but Janak Maharaj doesn't attack your father because Dashrath is there. But if Ram becomes a king, then your father's kingdom will be in trouble. So, then Kaikeyi's mind changed. Arey, mantra he was reading right. Now what should I do? So mantra said, ask the kingdom for Bharat. But if Ram is there, Bharat is not going to be king. Nobody will like him. So he asked Ram to banishment for 14 years. 14 साल में लोग राम को भूल गए. And you know, once you have seen the life of Dashrath, when Dashrath was fighting on a chariot, his will came apart. But you put your finger and maintain the chariot will, by which Dashrath became victorious, and then Dashrath gave you 2 bows. And you said, I don't need you now, whenever need I will ask. That's the time had come to ask the bows. So this mantra gave Kaikeyi a right idea, or demonic idea to all this happen. And now Kaikeyi went into Kopavan. Kaikeyi is the most favorite queen of Dashrath. Dashrath had 3 principal queens and plus 350 other queens. 353 queens. Why? Dashrath was called Nari Kavach. So when Parshuram was on his way to kill all the Kshatriyas, he will not kill somebody who is getting married. So therefore, whenever Parshuram came, Dashrath had one queen to get married. So like that 350 times that Parshuram came, 350 times he married. So therefore he had 350 queens, but the main queens are the 3, Kaushalya and Raya. But Lord Ramchandra, the time he married, he took Ek Patni Vrat. And all women in Ayodhya became very happy. Because Dashrath had 353 queens, so many people in Ayodhya married many times. But when Lord Ram took Ek Patni Vrat, all people of Ayodhya became very happy. Of course, in Kali Yuga, polygamy is not allowed. It was allowed in the previous ages. The reason being the number of many males will go for doing tapasya in the forest, so males are less and the females are more. So to balance that, polygamy was allowed. But in Kali Yuga, it's not allowed. Especially according to the current norms of the government. Even 100 years before, they used to, people have 2-3 marriages. But now, it's not, according to the rules, Indian government rules, it's not there. So so Dashrath, so Kaikeyi went to Kopavan, and Dashrath went to Kopavan, and Kaikeyi was lying on the floor. Kopavan means she is angry, and he says, Rani, why are you angry so much? Tell me, I will fulfill all your desire. There, she was the favorite queen of Dashrath. Kaikeyi said, I will not be so easily appeased. You remember? You gave me 2 boons. He says, yes, I remember very much. So are you promised that you will give me these 2 boons? Dashrath said, yes. And Puri Dashrath se kasam khilwai. He will give these 2 boons to Kaikeyi. And as soon as Kaikeyi blurted out his 2 boons, that make Bharat the king and send Ram to Vanvas, Dashrath fell unconscious. Why you want to make Bharat king, but why you want to send Ram to Vanvas? I will die. I cannot live without seeing Ram. I will die. Kaikeyi said, no. Are you ready to give your boon or no? Dashrath said, I never knew that I am giving milk to a serpent. You are not a wife, you are a serpent who will bite me and my whole dynasty. What serpent I was feeding in the name of a wife and never realized. And Dashrath was aghast. He fell at feet of Kaikeyi. Oh Kaikeyi, don't kill me. Don't force me this vows. Don't kill me. I will die without Ram. Kaikai did not hear anything. Kaikai not hear. And Dasharatha falling again and again, and the night came, and Dasharatha will get up again, Ram, again sleep. Now the morning time happened, and everybody is waiting for the king because the coronation is about to happen tomorrow. And there, Lord Ram is with Mother Sita, and Lord Ram is dressed in new clothes for becoming the king. And Sita is very happy, today my Prabhu Ram will become the king. Sita is feeling very, very happy that my Prabhu Ram is going to become the king. But what happened? And then Sumantra went to Dasharatha, because Sumantra was a great minister, big M of Dasharatha. So Sumantra went to Dasharatha to know what is happening. And as Sumantra goes, Kaikai told, go and get Ram. Then Sumantra consulted Vasishtha. Vasishtha, go and talk to the king again. Then he went to Dasharatha. And Dasharatha said, yes, go and get Ram. You should hear. And then he brought Ram. And Ram, Sita said, what happened? Father has not come, they are calling. And Lord Ram said, if mother and father are calling, there will be something good only. I should go. And Lord Ram goes to the where Dasharatha palace, Kaikai palace. And there the Kaikai is, and Dasharatha is trying to tell something to Ram, but he is not able to say. And he saw such a condition of the father, he was very worried. And then Kaikai spoke. Oh Ram, if you want your father to be happy, do two things. Make Bharat the king and you go to Vanvas for 14 years. If you are a royal son of your father, Lord Ram said, अरे इतनी सी बात थी, मुझसे बोल दी थी, फादर को क्यों तंग किए? That was a reaction of Lord Ram. Here he is going to become the king. And here is Kaikai mother out of envy telling that you go to Vanvas. And Lord Ram said, "Arey, what is the problem? People told me why you trouble the father so much." And Dasharatha was in a very helpless state. Ram, I cannot live without you. Ram, wait there. But Lord Ram was very focused. He said, don't worry, mother, this will happen. There, I'll go to Vanvas. I like to live with the sages in the forest there. And it will be so nice to make Bharat the king. Just let Bharat come. When I see happily Bharat become king, then I will go. Kaikai said, no, you should go now. Don't wait, go now. And Kaikai, oh mother, I will now. And now, Shiva Ram, who was with Sita, and Lakshmana came outside. Lakshmana was hearing all that talk. Lakshmana said, what are you doing? I will see what justice happens in Ayodhya. This old man is getting in a lap of a woman and getting illusioned. You should not hear him. And I will see the justice happen. And Ram pacified Lakshmana. Don't worry, he's our father. Don't say like that. What justice is there? What is the greatest than obeying the father? So we should obey the father. Ram pacified Lakshmana. And now Ram is the greatest test. So Ram has agreed क्योंकि अभी वनवास जाना है. But धर्म पत्नी को भी बताना है. So he has to go and meet Sita. And Lord Rama goes to Sita. Very beautiful dialogues, which it comes with there. Now first he goes to Kaushalya, mother. First goes to Kaushalya because Kaushalya till now suffered a lot because Dasharatha was partial to Kaikai. Kaikai was favorite to him and Kaushalya was neglected. But she had spent all that time in giving charity, in taking care of people. That's how the whole time Kaikai had spent till now. Kaushalya had spent. And after a long time, he got Ram like son. And he is very happy that my son is going to become the king. And Ram has to convince his mother that, mother, I am going. And how he says, mother, father gave the rule of Ayodhya to Bharat and he gave me the rule of forest. Or done by that. He did not talk about Kaikeyi or Vanva. Father gave the rule of Ayodhya to Bharat and gave me the rule of forest to him. Kaushalya, hey, what do you mean? And Kaushalya, in tears, she fainted. Ram picked her up, solaced her. Kaushalya said, I will also go with you. So many times, what is the hope without you? What is the hope without you living here? Till now I have been neglected. I thought the day will come. And that also today got into this oblivion. And Kaushalya started to cry. And Ram said, this is 14 years. I will come back after 14 years, mother. This is 14 years only I am. See, those days the ages would be 10,000 years. So 14 years doesn't look big. In Kaliuga 14 years में सबको समाप्त हो जाता है। 14 साल बाद हम रहेंगे कोई गारंटी नहीं है। But that was Treta Yuga. So 14 years, I will go 14 years and come back, my mother. You just let me go. And finally, and you have to take care of the father Dashrath. Dashrath will need you more. And Kaushalya was very angry upon Dashrath. He had been for this evil Kaikeyi. He had so much trouble for my son. And after all this, now Ram pacified Kaushalya and finally Kaushalya. The second person to talk about was Sita. And Lord Ram comes to Sita, and Sita Dharkan already was happening. What has happened? Ram has not come. There was a sudden this thing. And Sita was feeling completely nervous. And that time Ram came. But Ram also was thinking, I can handle it, but how Sita will handle it? And her palace had fallen silent with Ram's entry. There was no victory music, no chanting of auspicious hymn, and all stopped. Why there is no royal umbrella above? Sita is in full anticipation that Ram will become Raja. But ये तो उल्टा हो गया. And Lord Ram, but Sita understood something wrong is there. I should give some emotional support to Ram. See, the wife is called Dharam Patni. To always decide with the husband in the time of need. And she closed her eyes for a moment and to do. So Sita wept, but Sita spoke to reassure Ram of her love and support. What is wrong, my Lord? Today is a day of coronation. And Lord Ram, it was very difficult for him to answer. And Lord Ram said, seeing the anxiety in there, a negative situation cannot always be changed to a positive one. But you can take negative situation in a positive aspect. First Ram spoke some philosophy to Sita. Ruling the kingdom from a throne is like ruling the sea from a small boat. The rough sea of politics can toss off even a seasoned, confident sailor. Kaikeyi has redeemed two boons: kingdom for Bharat and exile for me. Kingdom for Bharat and exile for me. And Ram told, I don't have problem with losing the kingdom, but I'm concerned I will lose your company for 14 years. I'm more feeling, if Rajya Lakshmi goes, not a big thing, but you are my Bhagya Lakshmi. How can I live without you? But I assure you that 14 years long will fly away like 14 moments. And behind me, Bharat will be the king, and you should not find fault with Bharat. And treat Bharat and Shatrughan like your son and, younger brother. Don't there. And I will just come in 14 years. Now Sita got a little, Sita, and Ram is saying, while I am in the forest, you time to gain spirituality, do deity worship, and all that you do. And Sita lauded. Ha ha ha, you expect me to laugh, Ram? Sita was a different thing. Sita could not believe that Ram can think of leaving her. And she was crying. And she says a very amazing point. All relatives of a person bear their own karma. Only wife bears the karma of the husband. And the husband bears the karma of the wife. That's why when the marriage ceremony happens, what happens in the marriage ceremony, the people's jataka, the graha gets connected when the marriage happens. And that's why marriage happens only once, according to the Vedas. Because the graha of the husband and wife, they connect with each other. The sorrow of a husband becomes the sorrow of the wife. The happiness of the husband becomes the happiness for the wife. So that happens only in a husband-wife relationship. But children happen till some years. That the sorrow of the children becomes the sorrow of the parents. But husband-wife, because the granthi happens. So Sita is talking because the karma gets intertwined. So how can you leave me? If you go forest, I will also go to forest. How can I live? A wife is called Ardangani because she shares the joys and sorrows of her husband. She halves his misery and doubles his joy. And don't worry, Ram, I will create more service in your journey. I will walk in front of you. I will take the thorn on my feet and create a smooth way for you. And that was the mood of Sita. I won't demand anything from you, but I will become an object of service to you, Ram. Don't worry, you take me. Ram said, "Arey, don't be in dream world. Understand the realities of the jungle. Understand the realities of the jungle. Jungle is not an easy thing. Where will you sleep? Night somehow you manage to find a place. Makra will come, lizards will come, jungli janwar will come. How will you make a sleep in the jungle? There's a forest of Banagatta here. Any one of you want to go and stay there for 2-3 days? And Lord Ram is not going to Banagatta forest. He is going to Dandakaranya forest, which is filled with monsters, filled with wild animals and difficulty. And when you go to jungle, what do you eat? You don't get grains there. No chapati, no rice, no dal, no sabjis, kandumul. For 14 years, kandumul living on the ground. So that was the vanavas which Lord Ram is going. So here is the comfort of the palace, and here is the life of the forest. But Lord Ram is ready to hear the life of the forest. And Sita wants to go to that forest. Now just think, if Ram is going to forest, we also have to go with the forest with Lord Ram. I mean, Lord, जब आप आ जाएंगे हम आपका वेट करेंगे. Even citizens of Ayodhya wanted to go with Lord Ram to forest. Not only Sita, but everybody in Ayodhya said, we also want to go to the forest. So अगर हमें भगवान के साथ जंगल में जाना पड़े, are we ready? So Ram is saying, do you know practicality? There are wild animals. There are flash, marshy land. Even big elephants will go into it. What do you know about the forest? There are wild animals, jackals, and there are deafening sound of waterfalls, and it becomes impossible to get a wink of sleep. Then lions roars and nights drawn by the noise of flashing waterfalls. How can a dedicated person like you? You never come out. You always sit on a soft bed. How will you bear on the jungle? Your delicate body cannot even handle the heat of the sun rays. How will it handle the harshness of the mountain? But Sita spoke instantly. Instant reply Sita again. The heat of the sun, the fire and the mountains are insignificant compared to the heat of fire of separation from you, Ram. Especially this Ayodhya Kanda. Now, if you see just a mere husband-wife relationship, then you may not relish it so much. But if you see the love of Mother Sita to Ram, the love of Radha to Krishna, then we can relish this episode very much. But it shows nice example that how wife should be faithful to the husband, and husband should think protection of the wife. So Ram is not thinking, let me take Sita, I will little peaceful in the forest. Let her suffer little bit. I am suffering, she should also suffer along with me. That Ram is not thinking. Ram is concerned about the happiness of his, comfort of his wife. And Sita is not thinking of her comforts. Sita is thinking, if my husband is there, I'll be happy there. So that's what the idea is. If you see, now why the family lives are breaking in India? Which does not happen for thousands of years, millions of years. People live faithfully as husband and wife. Why so much breaking? Just a husband and wife who live together has become so difficult and challenging today. The main reason is, previously people used to read Ramayana, hear Ramayana in the night. Now Ramayana has gone TV as well. And what they see in TV, they follow in their life. Right? But previously there was no TV. In fact, Indians purchased TV to watch Ramayana. And Ramayana में क्या सुनेंगे? Chastity of Sita and ideal example of तो फैमिली टिकेंगी. आप क्या देखते हैं? अब तो मुझे भी नहीं पता क्या क्या देखते हैं. The last time I watched TV or the series was 2004. So 21 years have passed. So I don't know what new serials are coming. So जो देखेंगे वो करेंगे. Live-in relationship देखेंगे तो live-in हो जाएंगे. Divorces देखेंगे इतने सारे तो वही सब हो जाएगा करके. Life has become so difficult, so challenging. People have become so insane nowadays. For a small thing, they commit suicide. For a little girlfriend left a boy, boy will commit a suicide. Boyfriend has left a girl, girlfriend will commit suicide. So mind has become so steady. If a person has become a failure, अभी job नहीं मिलेगा तो he commits suicide. Because they don't know what is life and what is the purpose of life. But that's not the Vedic teachings are. Vedic teachings are very much being talked about. They're very practical. They talk about the living, the culture, the relationship between husband and wife, the role of a mother and father, role of a son. Because this was the ideal the family units were living nicely. Of course, Krishna gave some more practical teachings for Kali Yuga people. Like Duryodhana and Kanda wanted to cheat Pandavas, but Krishna also cheated them. He did not show like Lord Ram sabko chhod ke bhag gaye. He taught practical lessons for Kali Yuga. Lord Ram showed practical lessons for Treta Yuga. Krishna showed practical lessons for the age of Kali. See, Prithviraj Chauhan and others, they got killed because they did not understand the difference between how to deal with people. And that's how the Mughals came to India. But we can see the devotion of Mother Sita. And then Sita told, there was one astrologer who came, everything will be good in the life of your daughter, but. So an astrologer says, but. It's a little painful thing. So astrologer said, but she will have to go to forest twice. And Sita said, from that time, I have packed my bag twice. Only when the bag is packed up, forest jana pade pata nahi. So I'm ready to go with you. And Lord Ram still did not move. He said nothing to me. I won't take you. Now Sita used the last weapon. And what is the last weapon? Kim tua manne tavedehi pita me mithiladipah Ramajamatram prapya Istriyam purusha vikraham. I pity greatly the ignorant masses of Ayodhya who consider you their hero and glorify you. If the caretaker of Mithila, my father Janak, were there, he would have surely felt that he had mistakenly married his daughter to a woman claiming to him. This was the last weapon of Sita to Ram to convince Ram to take her. He there. And Sita asked a question: what is heaven and what is hell? Still Ram had not shaken up. What is heaven, what is hell? And she said, oh Ram, without you is hell, with you is heaven. And finally Lord Ram agreed, okay, I will take you and I will protect you. See, that is the Lord Ram's. See, one moment he was going to become prince, another moment he told go to prince. But his reaction was same. That is Ram. See, one moment you are getting a 50 lakh package. Another moment, कुछ लोन आ जाए, कुछ फाइन लग जाए, जिसके लिए घर भी बेचना पड़े. Think about people will not be able to handle that reversal, right? And Ram handled with such a cool. So when reversals come, remember this Ayodhya का. कि राम can happily go to forest. हमारे जीवन में इससे बड़ा कैलामिटी नहीं आएगा. कोई बोल सकता है हमारे जीवन में इससे बड़ा कैलामिटी आएगा? कोई बोल सकता है आपके जीवन में इससे बड़ा कैलामिटी आएगा? Anybody? राम जी के जीवन में आया. How he is handling that calamity is such a cool head. So when we hear that patience, that tolerance, see हमारे लाइफ में ऐसा कभी कुछ नहीं होगा कि कोई आपके साथ इतना पॉलिटिक्स कर दे कि आपको राजा से पूरा वो कर दे. Something here and there will happen. Some dear one will leave, job will go away. These things are bound to happen. And I was telling this last time, I went to one Grahastha's home, one devotee's home, and I was telling this pastor to both husband and wife. And the devotee told, वो बहुत अच्छा स्टोरी बोला, अभी मेरा जॉब चेंज हो रहा है. मैं बताने वाला था वाइफ को, लेकिन आपने पूरा एक प्लेटफॉर्म क्रिएट कर दिया. It was just a change of location of job. जॉब नहीं गया था, फॉरेस्ट में नहीं जाना है. So that's how the Kali-yuga jivas can't handle reversals, but Kali-yuga is full of reversals. In Treta Yuga, reversal will come once in 10,000 years, but in Kali-yuga, reversal comes every month. And Kali-yuga jivas can't handle this reversals of their life. But that's what Ramayana is teaching us. Just be detached. Be happy in both forest or a bungalow. Yeah. And that's why we give training to boys. See, some boys may be earning 50 lakhs, some boys may be earning 3 lakhs. Whatever it is, everybody sleeps on the ground. In our voices, our youth centers, everybody gets a training to sleep on ground. Like Lord Ram also got training from Vishwamitra Muni. When they went to the forest, they slept on ground. Everybody eats whatever is provided, only prasadam. Everybody gets morning, 4 o'clock, 4:30, start chanting and do the things there. So this brahmachari training before marriage life is very, very important. There, living a simple life. Because when you learn a simple life, see, there is a Krishna Das Prabhuji and Shinaji Prabhu. So Shinaji Prabhu was a big industrialist, but still he will send his son by school bus. Because what if tomorrow they become poor? They will have a courage to live like a normal person. Otherwise, always when there is a affirmity there. And that's why it says, good times bring spoiled people. Spoiled people brings tough time. Tough time brings good people. So good times bring lazy people. Lazy people bring tough times. Tough times brings good people. So never let people be lazy, even good times. So when there is a struggle in life, good qualities come. And that's what we can see in Ramayana. If Kaikeyi would not have arranged, so would be appreciating the character of Ram, character of Sita. We would not have so much. See, so much reversal is coming, and Lord Ram is taking such a thing. Father gave the forest the kingdom of Ayodhya to Bharat and give the forest, the rule of forest to. This is amazing. Only we learn this spirit and life. How many will feel? If we have this spirit and life, there will be no stress. And that's what hearing Ramayana is all about. Reversals. How to face courage. Courage in reversals in life. And sitting here, every one of our life will go through struggles. Whatever we are most attached to, that will go through struggles. But that's what it teaches us. That whatever we are most attached to will give us a struggle in this world. The more we are attached to something, the more it has a potential to give us suffering in this world. So our attachments are the source for the greatest misery in our life. If we are attached to a job, the job will become the cause of our distress. If we are attached to family beyond reason, beyond its needed, it could become the source of suffering. So everything in life we should do as a duty. We should do everything in life as a duty. Duty of a family, duty of a job, duty as a student, duty as a office bearer, duty as a professional, duty. And do duty without attachment. And that is called art of living. That is the art of living, when we can do our duty without attachment. That's the art of living. That is live our life with that. And that's what on this day of Navami, you can learn these beautiful lessons. So are you enjoying this Ram Katha? Yeah. Should I continue? Yeah. But I see some dude are feeling sleepy. Okay. Sometimes it happens, I think the ventilation is a little less. If you're feeling sleepy, come here. Hey, put this board down, the ventilation aayega. That window is open, no? There. Yeah. So more ventilation is needed for this katha. And actually, when we hear this katha, we actually get spiritual experiences. We become very much. See, what should happen after hearing katha? This katha is a very simple way to go back home, back to Godhead. If the way we are hearing, if you hear every day 3-4 hours like this, you will find yourself in the spiritual world in some time. And this world will become a spiritual world. And this is the best way to celebrate Ram. Get absorbed in Ram. Because hearing the pastime, and that is the purpose of having fasting. Right? See, in ISKCON, we don't do fasting for Navdurgas or Dashera and things. Because the result of all this fasting, you become a devotee of Ram or Krishna. So after you become a devotee, then you don't have to do all this fasting. So till the time people become devotees, they need these fastings to get that punya to finally become a devotee of Lord Vishnu. But once you have become a devotee of Lord Vishnu, why to unnecessarily torture your body for 9 days? Directly this fast of Ram Navami is done for the 9 days fasting. And that's why we only fast on the days of Vishnu Tithis. So what is the rule? Of course, not all the avtaras we fast, otherwise there are so many avtaras, not a single day you would. So main avtaras we do fasting, like Vaman Dwadashi, and we some days you do fasting on Ekadashi, like Dwadashi fasting you do on Ekadashi. So we do fasting by that. And the rule is, till the time that avatara has taken birth, till that time we do fasting. So Lord Ram is merciful, he took birth in the afternoon. Balram is also merciful, he took birth in the afternoon. But the birth time is not known, then also you do till afternoon. Narsimha took birth in the evening. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took birth in the evening. Krishna took birth in midnight. So great result. And some days when you break a fast, sometimes you break the fast with Anukalpa, Ekadashi only. There. And sometimes we take an Anna, it depends. Like Ram Navami, we take Anna. But on Gaura Purnima, Janmashtami, we don't take Anna. We take only Anukalpa, Ekadashi Vada. There. Then Radhashmi, we take Anna. It's not a Vishnu Tattva, but Radhashmi fasting also happened till afternoon. And Vaman Dwadashi, fasting, so Ekadashi ko hi ho jati hai. Right. So these are the main Nitan Trodashi, afternoon. Gaur Purnima, evening. Ram Navami, afternoon. Balaram Purnima, afternoon. Narsingh Chaturdashi, evening. But what is the purpose of this fasting? So you have seen fasting is not there. अरे ये cooking करने का है, साथ खाने का. There is no time for hearing. अभी कुछ fasting है तो कुछ cooking नहीं है. Cooking नहीं है तो बैठ के क्या करो? भगवान की कथा सुनो या फिर. And every festival I give a class. Only thing sometimes you may not get a notification. It's bound at every festival I give class for use. There. So and it comes on the Success Mantras channel on YouTube. That class, if you subscribe, it will come every festival. It is bound, it will have a more, even a weekday or a weekend, we'll have a class for we'll have a Ram Katha. Means the Katha of the particular Avtara or the Acharya, of whom the is there. But what happens by doing the simple fasting? So you don't have to do any other fasting. Just fast on Ekadashi from grains and fast on this day. And any other fasting is not required. By doing this, we become conscious of Krishna and all our sins go away. Whatever sufferings come, that goes away from through this fasting. If you are going to become sick for a day, for which you will not eat for one day, because of you fasted already one day, the sickness will go. So all over, and we can absorb in Lord Vishnu. That's the purpose of these days of fasting. But don't worry, still Ekadashi Prasadam is for those devotees there who are not fasting. There, so don't worry. We are not enticing you to fast. But this is the behind logic for this fasting. Okay, so finally Lord Ram agreed. Now Lord Ram is saying Lakshman to stay back. But Lakshman said, I am coming. Because you said to Sita that you take care of Bharat and Shatrughan. You did not mention my name. That means I am coming. And finally Lord Ram agreed to take. And Ram, Lakshman, Sita went in, and they were wearing the dress of the not sannyas. अरे फॉरेस्ट में तो सन्यास ड्रेस भी नहीं मिलेगा. वहाँ पे क्या ड्रेस मिलता है? ट्री बाग. You don't have cotton factory in the forest, right? In the Karele forest. How will you get clothes? You don't get rice dal, atta dal. You just get wool. And tree bark only you have to wear, because what you get? Tree bark. So Lord Ram, so whatever personal property Ram had, he gave in donation to Brahmanas. Nothing he carried. And then he bought tree bark and Lakshmana also. And now they went to meet Dasharatha, saying we are going. And Dasharatha saying, kill you put me in prison. Dasharatha said to Ram crying, you put me into prison. If you put me into prison, then I am not duty bound to fulfill my vows. But Ram said, no, let Mother Kaikeyi be pacified there. And Dasharatha start telling, and now everybody start teasing Kaikeyi. And Sumatra told, I know this lady, your mother also was like this. And Kaikeyi wondered what happened. And Sumatra released a secret. You know, your mother, your father knows the language of the birds. So one time when Maina and Many were talking, and your father was laughing. But your mother was asking him, what you are doing? Your mother was thinking, your father is laughing on some other woman. And father told Baba, I will die if I tell you. Still your mother will stand. Then I don't care if you die. That moment your father remove your mother. Same thing Dasharatha should have done with you. But he can't do it. He is helpless. There. And what kind of snake you are? Everybody is telling. Vasishtha came, Vasishtha chastised. Kaikeyi did not budge. Then Dasharatha said, okay, give all the wealth of Ayodhya to Ram and let Ayodhya become a desert. Kaikeyi started becoming violent. What is this logic? What wealth you can give? Ram pacified, don't worry, I don't need anything. I'll go in the forest, let mother be happy. That was Ram's heart. He never found a fault with Dasharatha. And he said, I know father, you are in so difficulty. I know your problem. Don't worry anything. Give confidence. See, that was the selflessness of Ram. He never thought about himself anything. At every moment is thinking about Dasharatha, Kaikeyi, Kaushalya, Bharat, how Sita. how they could be happy. So when we learn the selflessness to make others happy, then we can be really happy in life. When we are self-centered, want to make ourselves happy, that brings so much misery. And real love means to make the person of object of love happy. So real happiness comes when you want to make Krishna happy, want to make Jagannath happy, want to make Lord happy. And in that sacrifice, we want to make other devotees around us happy. And that's the real spirit of a family, the real spirit of a devotional family, the real spirit of devotional service, to make the life of sacrifice, to make other people happy. And that's what Ramayana really about, of sacrifice and selflessness. And that's all about bhakti. The selflessness of Sita to serve Ram, selflessness of Lakshmana to serve Ram. And that's bhakti. And when you hear the austerities of Bharat, your heart will melt. Abhi just literally started. Are you feeling absorbed? किसी को जाने का मन तो नहीं कर रहा है, थोड़ा ज़्यादा हो गया. If your legs are paining, you can take some rest on the chairs if required. Especially those who are in jeans and pant. The Indian dress is quite comfortable. The first day I wear dhoti, it was looking like a AC. It's so cool, ventilated and everything. But jeans and pant look like somebody has bound you tight, with a knife. And it produces more rajoguna and tamoguna. How? The heat of the portion of the body is supposed to come out, lower throat. Then you can remain in goodness. But the heat remains within the cloth, that heats you up. So that's why the Vedic dressing is very, very particularly designed for creating sattva. And now while they are going, now Ram and Lakshman were wearing the deer skin. Sita said, Kaikeyi said, Sita, you should also wear deer skin. And start making deer skin to Sita. And Sita was getting bruises in wearing the deer, sorry, not the deer skin is sortiya tripart. And Kaikeyi herself was making it. Dasharatha became angry. Where it is safe? Vanvas is for Ram, not for Sita. And then they pacified. And Dasharatha said, no, stay some more days. Ram said, no, there is no point staying. Someday more, let me leave. And finally, Ram is leaving. But as Ram was leaving, whole of Ayodhya came. We will also go with you, Ram. We will also go along with you. Let this wretched city where this injustice is happening become divide of people. We all will go with you to first. And Dasharatha was saying, stop Ram, stop. Ram, stop. And Sumatra was in two minds because Dasharatha is saying, stop. Ram is saying, go. And Ram told Sumatra one thing, when you come back, you tell that you didn't hurt it, the cries of the city. And then Ram takes the chariot and finally they go, and all the cities they are not allowing Ram. And Ram said, hey Baba, you stay back here, you don't speak anything which will give any trouble to my father, take care of the mother. While going, he left a message to Bharat also, that please treat all the mothers equally. My mother already heard, please take care of her. So that was whole mindset of Ram. And then Ram, Sita, Lakshman, they go in, and many citizens follow them in the forest. And the first night came and they stayed in the forest. And Dasharatha had actually fallen only on the. And all the ministers also said it's not good for you to accompany Ram for a long distance if you want him to come back early. So Dasharatha also stayed back. And there was so much commotion in Ayodhya. From the time Lord Ram left, that means the life of Ayodhya has left. The life of Ayodhya only has gone because Lord Ram has gone. Every citizen in Ayodhya loved Ram so much. And the cities, many cities of Ayodhya, they went behind the chariot and they were following Ram to the forest. But Ram said, it's not good for a leader to make supper his praja for himself. So when the night Lord Ram and Sita were sleeping, suddenly Lord Ram woke up morning 2 a.m. and everybody else was sleeping. He told Sumatra, let us take our chariot. From the chariot we cross the river from a shallow point. And he told, first take chariot northwards, then bring it back. So he did that, and then they went ahead. And the citizens got up in the morning. Hi, where is Lord Ram? And they could not find Lord Ram, and they went back to Ayodhya. And further, Sumatra is a chariot driver, the Mantri, and Sumatra is taking Ram, Lakshman, Sita, and they go further ahead. And then comes the place of Guha. Lord Ram met Guha. And by the time news had already reached that due to Bharat, due to Kaikeyi, Ram is exiled. And Guha said, don't worry, I will give you protection. You stay, you rule my kingdom. I will become your subject, my lord. I will become your subject, my lord. You rule this kingdom, my dear lord. And you stay over here in. You stay here in Guha's kingdom, there in the forest. So, and Guha served the Lord so much there. But Lord Ram told, okay, no, I am in Banvas. I will not stay in a hut. Means I will not stay in a city or a establishment. I will stay in the forest. On the forest bed, Lakshman prepared the bed of leaves for Lord Ram. And Lord Ram slept on that bed. And whole night Lakshman was protecting Lord Ram. But Guha was thinking, पता नहीं भरत ने निकाल दिया, अब लक्ष्मण का क्या इंटेंशन है? And Guha's men were doubting Guha का क्या इंटेंशन है? Let us protect. So everybody was circling around Ram and Sita in the night. Now the Nidra Devi came to Lakshman. सो जाओ थोड़ा रेस्ट कर लो. Lakshman said, no, it's not for me. I take a vow, for 14 years I am not going to serve you. My wife will serve you on my behalf. So Lakshman's wife will sleep in the night for his quota and daytime for Lakshman's quota. And for 14 years, Lakshman did not sleep. And he followed a full vrat of brahmacharya. Those 14 years, Lakshman. And Lakshman was very, very happy. Because in the palace there was an obstacle for him after he got married. So he found obstacle in the service of Lord Ram, but that obstacle was freed off. And his wife was very amazing. She said, you go, I am very happy, you please go and serve Lord. And now I would have come with you, like Sita. But that will become an obstacle for your service to the divine couple. Sita and Ram, I don't want to become an obstacle for your service to Sita and Ram, so I want to. I stay in your separation for serving Sita and Ram. So everybody just, Lord Ram is thinking how to serve everybody else, and everybody is thinking how to serve Lord. That is bhakti. They are thinking how to serve the Lord the best. That's why getting deities in ISKCON is very difficult. You need so many devotees to serve. You need 12 full-time pujaris to worship Radha Krishna deities. 12 full-time second initiated devotees or equal number of congregation to serve Radha Krishna deities. 6-time offerings, 2-time dress change, so many services. Because the deities are not just like, okay, many temples you go, kabhi hafte mein ek baar change ho gaya, kabhi kuch kar diya. That's why ISKCON deities are not taking care. They're taking care like king, like full service. And as to maintain that standard is not very easy. So much tapasya Lakshman is doing for serving the divine couple Sita and Ram in the jungle. And Lord Ram is becoming more and more spontaneous in the forest as we hear the story further. And so Lakshman is very happy staying awake and protecting Sita. That was his great Sita and Ram. That was his great joy. And daytime he will work hard to bring fruits, berries, choose everything so that Sita and Ram is happy. That is his whole duty. And therefore Lakshman is Guru. Lakshman is Guru Tattva. Guru means Sakshat Harikrishna Samasta Shastra. He's serving the Lord 24 hours there. And he engages the disciples in the service of Krishna there. So that is the mood. And the service to the Lord is the greatest opportunity. So they came in the kingdom of Goa, and the next day they happened, and it was a Ganges. Now other rivers they cross over through the chariot because there will be some shallow section, they crossed it. But Ganges you cannot cross through the chariot. Their goal was to go to Dandakaran forest, which goes beyond the Ganges. So then he said, how will cross? Then God told, don't worry, Lord, my boatmen will take you. I have 500 boats. And he called a boatman to carry Lord around. So Sumudra started crying, how will I go back with the empty chariot? Ram said, don't worry, you go. So Kaikeyi will only pacify when she sees the empty chariot. And Sumudra goes further, go back, and Lord Ram, as soon as Lord Ram was about to put his leg on the boat, he said, wait! God said, what is happening? My person, how is behaving? Wait. You kept your feet on a stone and became a woman. I already struggling to maintain one family. If this boat becomes a woman, what will I do? So first let me wash the feet. First let me wash your feet. So he took, and Lord Ram agreed. Lord Ram smiled and agreed. And this Guha, this caver, the boatman, is washing the Ram's feet again and again, drinking the charan there, dropping on there. So they understood this was a trick. And Sita is watching. Sita is the most uncomfortable situation here. So actually this caver was a tortoise in Kshirosagar, where Lord Vishnu was lying. So when mistake this tortoise was licking the feet of, come to lick the feet of Lord Vishnu, but Mother Lakshmi said, hey, now it is his turn. Mother Sita is watching, and Lakshmi is watching, and he is washing the feet of her. So this cavat is going, and Lord Ram then finally he took on the shoulders and took Lord Ram on the boat and made the Lord Ram cross the river Ganges and to reach on the other shore. Now Lord Ram always wanted to reciprocate, but he is a pauper now, he doesn't have anything. So Sita understood the mind, immediately gave her finger ring to Ram. Her finger ring to Ram and gave it to, and Lord Ram gave it to, okay, but he didn't accept it, Lord. I got a chance, sir. I made you cross this river. Please, you made me cross this river. Made me cross this. So if we do little seva for the Lord, Lord can make us this Bhavasagar a host of good. And further Lord Ram goes and they go to the ashram of Bhardwaj Rishi. He welcomed them and told them and suggested them you can stay in Chitrakoot, to stay in the ashram and go to Chitrakoot. And finally they made their ashram in Chitrakoot. And Lakshman made a very nice hut for them there, and so they can sit in the hut. And there were many great sages living in the Chitrakoot, Mandakini, Kanda. So they stayed in Chitrakoot for 1 year. But now on the other side, let's see what happens in Ayodhya. Now the next story is starting. What is happening in Ayodhya? Everybody is crying. Empty chariot has come back. Dasharatha saw the empty chariot. He's asking Sumatra, what happened? Is my Ram okay? He said, yes, Ram is okay. They're taking rest in the forest. And Ram is not blaming you. Dasharatha felt very right. But he told how Lakshman is feeling agony. He told that also. When Kaushalya started crying on Dasharatha, what you did, you made my son suffer like this because of this Kaikeyi. And then she saw the Dasharatha sobbing. Then Kaushalya calmed herself down. You know? And then the thing. And then what happened after that? The Kaushalya and Dasharatha, then one day Dashrath, now Dashrath remember why this is happening to me. Because one day, while practicing Shravan Vidiman, he had killed Shravan Kumar. And because of Shravan Kumar died, his old parents also died. And while dying, they had told, because you hit the boy by mistake, you are forgiven. But you will also feel the same pain and die like us the way we are dying. And Dashrath remembered that verse. That he is also dying in separation of Ram's son. And while crying for Ram, Dashrath left his wife. And Dashrath. And now, Dashrath died. So now there is nobody to do Antim Sanskar. But Vasishta was a Kul Guru in all this thing. So Vasishta, I should cut down many stories in between. It goes in a big. Otherwise, we want today it will become 12 o'clock. Fast in time, I go. But I would wish to complete by 10 o'clock. Let's see if we are able to complete. I hope you are not feeling tired. You are feeling. If you are into the past, then you will forget the world, and that's how you become liberated soul. How you become liberated soul? When you forget the world. You forget you are this body. You forget you have not eaten breakfast. You forget all other things in the world, and that's how you become liberated soul, ready to go back to right. And that's what Parikshit did. To hear Krishna Katha continuously for 7 days, right? That's how he went to the spiritual world. So be patient. And Lord Ram, Dashrath, they passed away, then they called for Bharat. And Bharat had seen a nightmare. He saw Dashrath falling from a S and drinking all gingery oil and all that. These are symptoms that person is dead. So he was already very nervous. And the chariot, it had taken around some 7 days to reach the Nanial of Bharat. Somewhere they say in Russia or Tibet, it took 7 days with the there. And the geography also a little bit different. It's crores of years before. Exactly. It was far off. And they have gone and to fetch Bharat. And they said, don't tell the news. So it's some very urgent, important matter, please you come. And immediately Bharat Shatrughan went. And again it took more. So I think while going it took 4 days, while coming it took 7 days. And Dashrath and Bharat left all the wealth because Nanaji gave a lot of wealth there. So he left all that and he left the Shatrughan and he came inside. When he came inside the city, he saw it like a Shamshan Bhumi. Everything is silent, nothing is happening in Ayodhya. There was no welcome only when they entered the city gate. Everything was so silent, nobody understanding what is happening. He went to the palace of Dashrath, it was rusted. The gates were rusted. Already 10, 15 days have passed by. And they have kept the body of Dashrath in oil to preserve it there for the Antim Sanskar. And Bharat is coming and Dashrath is to do that. And finally everybody is silent. He doesn't know what is happening. And nobody is telling anything. And finally he enters the palace of Kaikai. And Kaikai looks very happy. Kaikai said, Bharat, you know for you what I have done? This old Dashrath is dead now. And I have taken the kingdom for you. I sent Ram to exile for 14 years. First he gave the news that your father is dead. And Bharat felt unconscious. He said, don't worry, father dead, but now we have to the legacy. And then when Kaikai told the news that Ram has gone, because Bharat said, okay, no problem. Now I will take shelter of Ram. Ram will rule the kingdom. But he told that Ram has exiled. Bharat fainted. And next moment start telling Kaikai, Kaikai! As a fool, he shuddered. The aha came from Bharat. What, you dead? I feel ashamed to call you as mother. I want to throw you out of the kingdom right now. I don't want this kingdom and things. So what agony Dashrath was feeling, now same agony Kaikai is feeling. you foolish lady, what you did? You have killed Ayodhya. You killed everybody. They start rebuking. King, I did for your good. What is the good for? I will not become the king. Because you did a sin of sending Ram out. And if I become king, I take that karma with me. I will not become the king. He refuted. I will go to the forest and bring Ram back. And Keke started. The first time Keke ke dimag mein koi bheja aaya. Till now Keke ne hard-hearted. Bharat's answer jolted Keke. This is not what I wanted. What you did. I am not going to accept any of those things. Then now everybody is misunderstanding Bharat. Everybody sees Bharat like this and go away. What is happening? See, all confusions upon Bharat, right? काम उसकी माँ का, पर सब कर रहे हैं कि भरत भी मिलाप मिलाप ला नहीं है. भरत और माँ का मिला मिलाप कहाँ है? सबको राम को बाहर निकाल. And Bharat is in great agony. And Bharat goes. Bharat is going to. Bharat goes to. Then Kausalya. Okay, let us first talk to Kausalya. Kausalya, oh Bharat, मजा आ गया. मेरे को भी भेज दे साथ में. तूने अकेले क्यों भेजा है उसको? राम को अकेले भेज दिया, मुझको भी भेज देता. Why you did this injustice to me? Kausalya started crying. Bharat felt on the feet of Kausalya saying, if this is like this, I will go to hell. If this is like this, I will go to hell. Then Kausalya started getting faith on Bharat. No, Bharat has not done. And finally Bharat fell on feet of Kausalya crying that he is at least okay. One person who did not misunderstood me. The next day when Bharat was getting up in the morning, the bards are playing music. Oh, welcome the king. Oh, get up the king. Get up the king. And Bharat said, hey, I'm not the king. Ram is the king. And Vasishtha came out and I smiled. He wanted to really test the intentions of Bharat. Because when you get up, your real intentions you cannot hide in subconscious mind. You will enjoy the music of being king if you actually feel inside the king. So Vasishtha was happy that my training did not go west. That Bharat is the ideal thing. And Bharat, now the assembly came and Bharat told all the citizens, let us all go to forest and bring Lord Ram back. I will not rule this kingdom. And all citizens were very happy to see the righteousness of Bharat. Then they start now develop a faith in Bharat, that Bharat is not corrupt like Mother Kaikeyi. And they said, and now said, we all will go. And they start making roads to Ayodhya, to Chitrakoot. Made the roads till Ganga. In the big roads from Ayodhya, Saryu to Ganga, big roads were made till the time Sumatra had left Lord Ram. And everybody started to go on the there. And fun. And it was very, no voice was coming, but everybody thinking, we'll go and bring Ram back. We'll go and bring Ram back. Everybody was thinking that. हम राम जी को वापस अयोध्या लेकर. Everybody is thinking. And elders could not go, old people couldn't go. But many Ayodhya Vasis, they've gone there. Elephants, military, everything is there going. And first when they saw first they reached Guha. And Guha also doubted Bharat, what happened? But then he saw, no, Bharat is genuine. And when they saw the bed on which Lord Ram slept, everybody cried, my God, this is the austere bed that Ram and Sita slept upon. Everybody was crying tears. And they circumlated that bed. And Guha arranged 500 gods for them to cross the Ganges. And now Bharat, when he was in the kingdom only, when he heard that Lord Ram has gone in Tiribhat, he also wrote Tiribhat. In fact, he has got down from a chariot thinking that my Lord Ram will be walking on foot. But Kausalya came, you walk on foot and everybody will walk on foot. How they will bear all this tiredness? So then he made him ride the chariot. But from the time that he crossed the Ganges. He understood my Lord has gone by foot. He also went by foot. And he took a vow, till 14 years, I will also sit on. While Bharat was in seeing that forest bed, he saw my Lord will be sleeping on the bed like this. I take a vow, I will also sleep on the ground for 14 years. I also will not eat anything delicious item. And Kaikai fell unconscious hearing those vows. And Kaikai also had come. Kaikai also, he got us a buddhi now there. And then finally we reached the ashram of Bharadwaj Muni. And Bharadwaj Muni also started living Bharat. Bharat, if you know past, present and future, if you also doubt me, what is the hope for you? And then Vasishtha said, no. And Bharadwaj Muni tested. And he said, you rest in the night. Then Bharadwaj Muni is small ashram, and there are lakhs of Ayodhya Vasis. But Bharadwaj Muni had so mystic powers, he created a heaven only. So many apsaras, so many drinks, so many luxurious food items, and everybody slept in the night very nicely. And morning when they got up, nothing was there. But only one person did not enjoy anything, that was Bharat. He was focused on Lord Ram. And that's how the Bharadwaj Muni tested Bharat. He's really serious to get Ram. So you will get Ram only when you don't want Aram. Ram or Ram. If you want Aram in life, you won't get Ram. Remember, थोड़ा late उठ जाते हैं, क्या जल्दी उठने की जरूरत है. If you want Aram, you won't get Ram. When you get early in the morning, Bharat Marat, and chant the name of Ram and Krishna, then you will get Krishna. So don't get Aram, get Ram. And finally, they are going to Chitrakoot next day. And in Chitrakoot, then Lord Ram's new kuti has been created. Lord Ram is very happy. And they saw big armies coming. And Lakshman started to enrage. अरे अभी हमको जंगल में भेज के उसका मन नहीं भरा, हमको मारने के आ गया क्या? Ram said, अरे just like you are my brother, he is also my brother. Why are you saying like this? Why are you going to fight? Ram chastised Lakshman. And Lakshman calmed down. Lakshman calmed down. And finally, Bharat comes. Bharat comes in tree bark and thing. And Lord Ram said it, and he went and fell at the feet of Lord Ram. Lord Ram embraced Bharat. And Lord Ram telling all the big rules to Bharat, how a king should rule, how a king should do, what the king should do, king should not do. Finally, when Bharat stopped, then Lord Ram asked, where is the father? And then he had to tell that father. Lord Ram cried, offer oblations to the king. And the mothers cried out to see such a poor offering, Pindadan. Their Shanja, their mother cried that for the king of the world is having such a poor, what a destiny has brought. And now the debate is started. That Lord Ram, the whole purpose of Bharat was to come to convince Ram to come back and Bharat to Ayodhya. And many arguments Bharat is giving. And Bharat has brought mothers and brought Vasishtha, brought everybody to convince Ram that he should come back. So Bharat is convinced saying, ठीक है, we should maintain father's vow, of course. But, and he understood emotions will not work with Ram. So he started with Vladi. That okay, I will take one vase, you rule the kingdom. But finally we are following the vow of the father or not? Ram said nothing to me. He said, and then Bharat said, Arey, our father came in this words of this foolish lady. We should not take it very seriously. And Ram said, no, it was not decided now. It was decided long back. The time father married Kaikai. The father of Kaikai had taken a promise from Dashrath that the son of Kaikai only will become the prince. That way. And that time there was no son, so Bharat Dashrath agreed. Kaikai was amazed. I also did not do it. I should not have lived so much. And Bharat Muni, while telling, had told, I don't blame your mother so much. And she also made a mistake. Now she is realizing the pending, forgive her. Actually, as it was the Devatas who came through the buddhi of Matra. It was the Devdas, they came to the buddhi of mantra. कहते भगवान राज्य बनाएंगे तो रावण को कौन मारेगा? अभी वनवास भेजेंगे, राक्षस मारेंगे, सीता का अपहरण होगा, तभी तो रावण मरेगा नहीं मरेगा? तो ये रावण ने, देवताओं ने मंत्रा की बुद्धि बदली थी, जैसे कि कैके की बुद्धि हर गए, ये सब लीला हो गया. But lesson for us to learn, Kaikeyi wanted to love Ram, but due to bad association of mantra, she hated Ram. She created trouble for Ram. So why people? The only reason we can leave bhakti is due to bad association. You do. So when you are becoming devotees, many people will say, "अरे ISKCON वालों के पास मत जाओ, तुम्हारा ये प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा. ये मत करो, ज़्यादा भक्ति मत करो, ये हो जाएगा." How many of you heard this kind of people say, right? So they come as mantra in our life. Don't believe on those mantras. They make you suffer like Kaikeyi. They make you suffer like Kaikeyi. Enjoy. You say, enjoy life. Why are you doing this mala and all this? Doesn't matter. Kya rakha hai? So many mantra like people will come, but don't take their association. Don't be like Kaikeyi, be wise. That's the lessons we learn from it. Don't be in this path of bhakti. But learn how to face these reversals in life through the stories of Ramayana, through the character of Lord Ram. And then Vashishtha said, I'm your Guru. Guru is ordering you. You should follow the Guru's order. And Anjali said, I'll follow your order. For first 14 years, I'll follow the father's order. After 14 years, I'll follow your order. And finally, Lord Ram defeated. And all the citizens were very happy to see the righteousness, see the love between Bharat and Ram. They got great joy. In fact, one time two brothers were fighting upon land in city and land in the village. And Radheshyampu went and narrated this whole story. And after hearing the story, the two brothers said, Bhaiya, you take the land, you take the land. There are a lot of ideals, and that's what the Indian families are based upon, our Indian culture, based on these values. But where are those values now? Okay. At least we can be Krishna conscious while being practical. Now, if you do like this, everybody will cheat you. But at least you can be practical with Krishna consciousness. That's what we can learn. So finally, Bharat agreed. Lord, he brought the golden sandals, put in the feet of Lord Ram, and took it back. I will not rule the kingdom. I will stay in Nandigram outside Ayodhya, and I will install this sandals. And who is ruling the kingdom? On your Charanpada. And with that mode, Bharat, Ayodhya. And for 14 years, Lord Ram slept on the ground, he slept on the ground. He did all austerities. And he said, if you don't come one day later, 14 years, I will enter further fire. That was a photograph Bharat for the devotion of Bharat. And he was not feeling austerity, he was feeling his devotion to Lord Ram. So devotion very much nourishes our heart. So if only we learn right devotion to the Lord, we can be really happy in life. Learn to do everything for the pleasure of the Lord. And days as today reminds us of this kind of love, this kind of thing that we understand. And so many lessons we can learn from the stories there. So this is how the Ayodhya Kand. And after some time, Lord Ram also left Chitrakoot. Because many people start coming from Ayodhya and doesn't remain a forest place. And the sages also said they are going because demons are coming. So they also left along with the sages. And on the way they met Atri and Ansuya. And that's how the Ayodhya Kand. And Ayodhya Kand comes where Sita was kidnapped. They killed her in Bhushan and Ravana comes and kidnapped. And Krishna Kand, they read the ashram of Matanga Rishi, delivered Shabri, Veer Sugriva, and Hanumanji, and killed Bali. And then Hanuman, then Sundar Kand comes where Hanumanji goes to, and finally Youth Kand comes. lessons from Ramayana. Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram.
Shri Prabhupada ki
Jai.
And also, some announcement on the way. Coming Tuesday is Vyas Puja of Zolina Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. He is celebrating in the temple. The program starts evening 5 p.m. goes till 9 p.m. in the temple. 5:45 p.m. starts in the temple Shishatipura, and we'll go till the evening for His Holiness Nagaraya Maharaj Vyas Puja. And also we like to congratulate our Saru Prabhu, who is now
Sri Chaitanya
Karunamaya Prabhu. Just last Monday only he got Diksha from His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. So he's our first devotee from preaching who got initiation. When the center started. Okay? So also we are planning a yatra on 5th, 6th of July. Mostly to Guruvayur. Planning, or we're just fixing the place, but any place in South India, Guruvayur or Udupi, we're trying Guruvayur we have never gone as a yatra, so Guruvayur we're planning the logistics. If lodging doesn't work out, and Udupi, so don't plan anything in the first week of July. Keep yourself free, and it's a weekend yatra. Friday night we go, and Monday morning we come back. So no tension on children holidays, office holidays. But yatras are the, just like you felt in this Ram Katha, like that you feel for 2 days of yatra. So many kathas happen. So the experience, how many experience of Vrindavan yatra? Of course, some devotees got sick also. But still yatra was very, Vrindavan is about a little strenuous, but this will not be strenuous. Yeah. So don't worry, all arrangement thing. But yatra is the most sweetest time of Krishna consciousness. It's a time where you can learn the. So details will be out in some more time, and we want to take all our congregation devotees, the 11 a.m. batch, 8 a.m. batch, all the devotees to come for this beautiful yatra. But we have to finalize everything by this month because 4th of July you have to book tickets. It opens 4th of May. And you become even 1 hour late, you will lose the tickets. To finalize everything in the month of August, we're working upon it, and you will get the full details of what everything you go. But I just told, so keep in the mind to keep block that time period. Because and the point is, before that we have many festivals, and afterwards we have Janmashtami. So it's the only date we can go. Yeah, as a
we'll thank Krishna Prabhu for the wonderful class by chanting one time Hare Krishna Mahamantra.